Hi everyone, thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. I am Ifashiwa Fatoying, and for all the new people, hey, what's up? And for all the people that are consistently coming to my YouTube page, I just want to say thank you so much. I want to say thank you for all of the donations that you have sent to my Cash App, to $ Ifashewa. I just want to say thank you so much. I wanted to do a video today. I also did it on my Facebook page, but somebody asked me to also do it on my YouTube page. So I was like, okay. So I'm going to give you some of the information that I put on my Facebook page. So I was walking through, California. I'm out here in California. I'm from New York, but I'm out here in Cali. Um, and when I was walking, I did something called prioritize the steps in your life. Prioritize the steps in your life. And of course, right, utilizing IFA as being practical and not so mystical and things like that. So I wanted to make it as practical as possible. So there are 5 things that the Babalaos, the Ianifas, the chiefs, the Aluos, the Ialodes, all of these different people, and the Olarishas, all of them talk about these 5 things. So I wanted to make it as practical as I possibly can, right? I try to make it as palatable as possible. So one of the things that's top on the list, and I'm going to go in order, right? There are other things in between, but these top 5, if you can get these, especially like in harmony with your Ori, ORI, your head on your shoulders, then life will be so much easier. And I'm not saying that when people get initiated in IFA or anything else, that the challenges just poof, just go away. No, that doesn't happen. You still have work to do and lessons to be able to learn. However, what does happen is that now you have a method to be able to help you through the challenges in your life, to be able to help you prioritize the steps in your life. So these are the 5 things. So one thing is number 1, health, right? When the Babalaos and the Ianifas and the Ialodes and the Luos and all of these people, when they're praying for you, the number 1 thing that they want you to have is aiku, which is also long life, right? But they want this long life to be happy, to be prosperous, to have stability and all of those different things, to have really good food choices and be aware of how much water or whatever else you're drinking. Just practical, very practical. So in Ifa, one of the number 1 things we have to have in accordance with our Ori, our head on our shoulders, is our health. We have to look at how much we're taking advantage of it and how much we're actually nurturing it, right? Because this is the vessel that's going to get you all over to the places that you want to go to the, to where you want to be in your career and all of those different things, right? We really want to take care of our health. And some of the things that are in good health is good emotions, meaning making sure that our emotions are balanced and also making sure that our Ori is in balance with what it is that we really want to manifest. Is it beneficial for us and everybody else, right? Because the reason why we even came to this earth is to make sure that we're leaving this earth better than we found it, right? That is very big in Ifa. So emotional, emotionally healthy, physically healthy, spiritually, all of these different things, right? Mentally healthy, right? A lot of us, no matter where we are in the world, due to all the things that have happened, we must continuously work on mentally being healthy, you know? Number two is prosperity. Prosperity is really important. Generational wealth is very important, right? Having that stability. What kind of career are you going to go for? Do you need certification? Do you need like a degree in something? Do you need to have a hands-on type of work to make sure that you have maybe a certain amount of hours that you've put in? Maybe that you've had the experience that you need. That is practical. That's not just something that spirits just kind of float down and just input inside of your head. That is your work on this earth. And just really looking at the gifts that you have to be able to give to the world. You know, what is that? What makes you happy every day that you think of when you wake up in the morning, and you really want to provide that to the world to be able to help people? So that's number two, is prosperity, having that stability. Number three is spouse, right? Making sure that we have a good spouse, that we are a good spouse, right? So just don't pray just to have a good spouse. I want him or her to have this or that, but also pray that you have those things yourself, right? And number one is good character. Number two is prosperity, and that's why it's going in that order. Number three is spouse, right? But also make sure you're good in all of your relationships as much as you possibly can. You can't please everybody. And, but what I do think that is very practical is to be authentic in yourself, to where when you do give, it's the truth, it's honesty, you've done your best and things like that. Everybody's not may not see you in that light. However, you have done your best to be able to provide happiness or provide a service in this world that people need, right? Um, so having good relationships, business relationships, spousal relationships, but also number four is very, very important, which is children, right? Children, Omo, children. Children in IFA are really, really important. Building up that family, having the man and the woman come together and be able to birth children. That is very, very important. Making sure as much as possible, right? Because we know things are crazy going on, to make sure that we stay in our relationships to where the child can see the mother and the father and both aspects of that and how they join together to be able to have peace so they can have peace within themselves. So that is something that is practical, but also looking at our own inner child. When you think about the child in you, are you cringing? Is it peaceful? Is it thinking about something negative that has happened to you? Is it something that you still need to work through to be able to have forgiveness and surrender that inner child that is just screaming? Is there more work, healing that needs to be done? Right? So just really looking at the child inside of us, the children that we birth, adopted children, your guiding children, everybody who is underage, all of those different things, really looking at children and how we can have a more peaceful home, more fun home with our children. One of the other things is, so we went through having good health, right? Number one, health is wealth. Having good health, having great prosperity, right? Making sure that we have a good spouse, a good mate, someone that we're learning and being a representation of the Creator in front of them. Making sure that we have good, healthy children and making sure that their mind is stable, right? Making sure that we're teaching them about the value of life and the value of eldership, the value of all of those things, the value of family, right? The fifth one is victory, having victory in your life, right? Ishegun. Having victory in your life is very important, but having victory humbly, having victory in a way that is humble, that is beneficial for you and the community, making sure that you have a victory, that you celebrate your life. Even when there are small things that you accomplish, please celebrate your life in a healthy way. Really having that victory is very, very important, and that it's not boastful and, yo, I got this and you don't have that, not like that. Making sure that our victory is infused with humility, you know, and that we don't have to like push it. Just really, if people ask, hey, how did you do that? How were you able to accomplish that type of task? That's a victory. Explain it in a humble way that they are also able to accomplish things for themselves. Not that they're just supposed to follow you, because what you have as your victories may not be somebody else's victory. Maybe your victory is a house and children. Maybe somebody else's victory is a victory of peace of mind, victory of authenticity, victory of just breathing today. So be careful of those comparisons when you're thinking and talking about victory, right? Somebody just getting up in the morning, holding their head and praying to Ori, making up their bed, being able to just eat and get it down into their stomach, being able to just breathe for the rest of the day, walk, talk, hear, see, smell, feel, all of those different things, that's a victory as well, right? So we have to be gentle with ourselves when it comes down to victory. So those are the things that I was talking about on Facebook. So I wanted to make sure that YouTube, that you had also to be able to prioritize um, these good things that any IFA we talk about all the time. Number one, aiku. Number two, aje. Number three is aya for a wife, and then oko for a husband. And then number four, children, which is omo. And number five, ishegun, which is victory. So I hope this video has helped you in some way to do things that are practical, that we're not just waiting for our ancestors, for Orishas, Irumules, and all these things to just come and just sprinkle us with these things, that we're putting forth the effort. Because if we don't put forth the effort, the reality is they cannot overstep our Ori. We have to be able to do our work, right? And focus and be disciplined and not so distracted, right? So I hope this has helped you. And I pray to see you soon. I thank again all of you for coming to my YouTube page, and I look forward to seeing you later. Peace and love. Odabo. Peace.